ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Baylor Bears, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Razorbacks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Baylor's offense will go on the attack first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs.
Fires one high and deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. He'll field the punt. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So Arkansas's offense will go to work for the first time today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Baylor! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on first down. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. To the air on 1st down. Firing deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the...
Wide open on the right. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Razorbacks look to keep this drive humming. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got the quick pass. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here's the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Off to the races to the right. Touch! Bears! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Coming out with it, it's Anthony. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by... team, and they stop him at the 21. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. The play action fake. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No fair catches here, looking for room. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early this football.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Bears will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Snagged in the middle. It's Porter. Pushed down for the tackle. The Bears racing to the line in a hurry-up. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
If I'm a play caller right here. I'm a little bit frustrated, and I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting box, and they need to get something together with this possession. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Motion from the back. They'll run the toss. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on the toss play, Reese.
And if we start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field.
The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Rivers. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Military stunt. They run the reverse. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Turns it loose. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Unleashes one. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. Oh, that was a terrific return as he takes it to the 9.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got one pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to get me one too.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. You can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Got a hand on it nicely and broken up in the end zone. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. The give to the back. Turning it on. What a huge play for this offense after that great run.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. It's reverse. Got enough for the first. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning. 1st and 10, they're down to the 25. Toss to the outside. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Quick strike complete. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. And the Razorbacks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Right on the money. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Middle Tennessee. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the 1st half.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, when you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the 1st half of the season.
They'll try to get the edge on the left. Nice move to pick up yardage. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And Huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Looking to throw on first down.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Now on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes. Start the next drive. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Razorbacks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Now on the move. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10.
Okay, great. Base 27, John. Base 27.
To the air, it's Rivers. Spits it out to the back. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard them.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Oh, it's a reverse. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes the grab. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still make...
Back's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Man, you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. You need more of that physicality in the second half.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Fires to the tight end. Got room at the 35. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling an intriguing one so far in Fayetteville. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's hear another hog call and send it back to the guys in Razorback Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Bears will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Gets the back moving. He'll start this third quarter with a run. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Dropping back, it's Rivers. Release to the back. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
Complete with conviction on the crosser.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. He wants to throw it again. Gets rid of it. Gets it out fast. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. The Razorbacks are marching down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Razorbacks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. They'll start this drive going to the air. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And the Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Finds a spot in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge defenders, and he couldn't hold on. The Bears send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be calling a hot route. Sends it back in motion. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
4th down, coming up.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. It's a reverse. Still on his feet at the 40. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Well, this receiver has tons of speed, and I love this offensive coordinator getting him involved in the run game. You don't just have to throw him ghosts and post routes. Just let him use that speed and elusiveness. Out on the perimeter, in the open field, the reverse ends up being an explosive touchdown for the offense.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll try the run. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. And the Bears are in the hurry-up.
That wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Porter. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. The Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Oh, they're after him, trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes...
There he goes! Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Bears are on the move.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
He'll do it himself. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down.
Really good job by this defense. 3rd down, understanding, taking away the pass first. But I got to react, man. When these QBs take off, I got to stick my foot in the ground. Stop playing pass. Come up and get him on the ground. Big 3rd down stop.
And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Stumbled to the ground. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Rivers. Punts it out of the air. Breaks into the open. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got the back over the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Throws to the back. Got it in the middle. It's Green. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. He's going for the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved the touchdown, at least for now.
And with the lead late in this football game, I expect to see more of this from this offense. And what am I telling my running back, who's already put the ball on the ground once?
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game spot.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a two-possession lead.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, he'll throw it. Setting up the screen. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You have got to be more aggressive in the passing game, and you're going to have to just start taking shots.
Got his man to the left. Oh, he's got some space. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They want to run this quarterback. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Gets it past the marker. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Razorbacks will line it up on 1st and 10. They run the reverse. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15.
Set, ready.
Give to the running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. It's reverse. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail beat Coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They're starting to feel a little desperation here, David. They just can't press yet.
Hey, it's go time. We got to put some drives together, down multiple possessions, Jesse. We don't have any time to waste.
Yeah, so at this point of the game, your best players have to touch the football. You've got to dial up plays, getting your biggest playmakers involved now if you're going to win this game.
And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. That's reeled in. It's Porter. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw. It's Rivers. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking for a big play. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game.